something extraordinary. To be a champion takes something more. These are no ordinary humans. This is Formula One.
Bro,
Hi.
where are we today?
So today we are Zeus Coffee,
Danau, Kota.
Kota.
And place looks good there.
Huh? So
Place
firstly, I
looks
think we should thank the guys here for letting us shoot.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Zeus Coffee, Danau,
Yeah.
Kota.
I think since the Gaza war, I've always been drinking Zeus more than Starbucks. I think they are affordable.
Affordable and
Price is
strong.
also good.
It's good, yeah.
And Starbucks is always like
A little bit pricey.
a bit pricey, and then they support the Israelis. Alright,
It is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Right.
Can't do much about that.
So thanks Zeus Coffee for allowing us to record our podcast,
Yes.
Paddock Show,
Yes.
and to all the subscribers and all the
Yeah,
listeners and viewers.
it was a good response though.
Yeah.
For the first snippet, there was an
Yeah.
intro, right? That we
Yes.
did just few days ago, and then now we are moving forward for the third episode,
Yeah,
which will be concentrating on pre-season tests coming up between
So, by the
21st
way, man,
to 23 February.
you're wearing all red today. You wore all blue the other day. So
yeah,
what's up with all the red today?
like Vettel said, everybody's Ferrari's fan. So basically, I'm still a Ferrari fan.
So if you look at
Despite-
Kuma's outfit today, he's wearing a red 2023
20 merchandise.
team kit,
Yeah.
and he's wearing a
Monza edition.
limited edition cap. And unfortunately, I'm in a Red Bull outfit today.
Terbalik.
Balik.
Supposed to be the other way around.
He's supposed to be the Honda man. I'm supposed to be the Ferrari guy.
Nah, I'm still a Honda man. It's just that Ferrari is Ferrari, right? Now I'll get back to Honda the other way. Yeah, the next round.
Next round.
Yep.
Okay.
So, moving towards the pre-season testing, is there any changes coming up?
don't think there's any changes. I think not many changes, not major changes till 2026. But maybe you can tell the fans.
I think there are a few changes being made. Firstly, is the usage of number of power units drop from 4 to 3.
43.
Yeah, it goes for the ICE, MGUK, and also the turbocharger. All three items will be restricted to 3 unit only. If they exceed, of course, there's a penalty in place. It's
Right.
too broad to explain on the penalty and stuff like that. So I'll just leave it as basic first. So if you exceed more than 3 power units, you will be getting a penalty for the season.
Wow.
And also, if you look at this DRS flap, right? Previously, they
So which?
this is the DRS flap.
Okay.
So the new changes is basically previously you can only open your DRS base after 2 laps.
Right.
After 2 laps. So,
So now?
for this season, it will be after 1 lap.
Oh. Okay.
This one they trialed in sprint race last year. So basically they preferred that way. Instead of 2 laps, they bring
so
forward
now
to
the
1
DRS
lap.
will be enabled after 1 lap.
Yes, correct. 1 lap. Apart from that, the tire allocation. Last year they did a trial in Hungary as well. 11 allocation of tires. They bring back to 13 again for drivers to have more time to adjust for the weekend.
Right.
Which 11 tires I think is not fair. You know, if there's anything, there can be a shortage
I think
based
talking
on
about
the,
tires, I think
Tires.
Ferrari has been on an uphill battle in terms of tire regulation from the last season. It has not been very good. I think I think a lot of problems with some races where the tire failed as well. And then there's one race in Las Vegas as well.
that is that about tires?
Was it tires or was it a pothole?
The pothole. That was the pothole which caused Sainz to have a cracked chassis on that day, and basically the whole qualifying was abandoned, and they moved forward the weekend. What we are trying to say is Pirelli, yes, they from time to time they are changing the spec of the tires, and if you look at previous times, there was during the early stages 2011 yes, when they first came in, their tire was like, going off the cliff after 10 laps, 11 laps. But they improved it. Now they have a better construction, much more improved grip, because these cars are very heavy. The current Formula One cars are very heavy. So even though you do some changes with the tires, there will be some issue on how you how you carry on the tire during the race or during the testing. We will know the long runs. The long runs will be the vital information that they will be able to.
I think to put a stop to that, I think Ferrari has got a problem with tire management from last season. They are good in quali, but they are not good in races.
Yes. So that's the issue now. So if let's say they can come on top of that, meaning if they have overcome the grip issue with a better downforce, they don't have to push more on the tires during the race. Now they can push on one lap pace because they know their car is good. Just that they don't have the downforce or the how to say, the grip during the race. As it goes on, like more than 10 laps, 15 laps, they feel the degradation. They feel more sliding around, and it's all about aero. It's all about aero. If the aero is not efficient, you won't be able to get a good tire deck. Suspension is important, how it plays role from the front end grip to the rear end, the flow of the wings, everything is related. So you need to take into account the whole package. If you can really extract, like how Red Bulls are able to extract, their car is good. They have a lot of downforce. That's why they're able to push more.
Let's go to a question that a lot of our fans have been asking. What is the yellow paint or the extra things that you see on the side pods?
Or those,
all the yellow paints? Maybe
the fluorescent, right? The paint is, the paint is basically to see the flow of the aero flow of the car. How well it is based on the current aerodynamic that they have, or the pieces, or all the bits that you see, how are they reacting to the airflow. So if they're able to, in the naked eye, you won't be able to see. So if you have that
guys,
paint,
I will put a photo of this so that you guys can see clearer.
So if you have the fluorescent paint, they are able to see how the flow is going through the car.
How about
from the front?
Big, massive.
Those are aero-rig sensors.
Yes.
It serves almost the similar purpose, but it has more technological effect inside. The fluorescent paint is the old way of
so will
testing.
we be seeing that in Bahrain?
I think they will have.
Yeah?
They will have, yeah.
Okay. So Bahrain Test is on the 21st, 22nd and 23rd.
Yep, correct. And they only allow one car.
One
two drivers, yes, one car only.
So one driver per day?
No, they will split half day, 1.5 day, 1.5 day.
Right. Okay.
So between the drivers, which I don't think, like what I said previously, it is not enough. Like previously, we have like a week of testing, 3 days this week, and then another 3 days the following week. So if you only have one major test for 3 days, and only allocated 1.5 days for each
if I
driver.
remember correctly, from previous seasons, they had winter testing.
It is still called winter testing. It is still called winter testing. It's just that they have moved from Barcelona to Bahrain because
Barcelona, they have the test in Catalonia circuit.
Yeah, I think I like Barcelona, but since that many drivers and teams, they prefer the actual condition of race, because Barcelona will be very cold for them to test.
True.
So they move forward to Bahrain. And Bahrain actually it gives the feel because it's hot and humid. So they're able to test the cars to their limits.
Right.
Yeah, so for the first day, I guess, they will not push. They will do the checks, what's good and bad, correlate with what they have found out in their wind tunnel with the on-track action. So the first day we won't see the true pace of the cars. Even during.
Do you believe in sandbagging, like
Yeah,
what
of
Mercedes
course.
has been doing?
They
for a
have,
couple of seasons back?
Now they are not able to do sandbagging, but they will still have to, because it's totally a new
They
car.
appear to be weak, but they are actually stronger than what they show on
correct.
race pace and also lap times.
And another thing I say is unfair for the smaller teams for you to only allow 3 days of testing. like Haas, Alpha, Visa Cash App,
Visa Cash App.
Stake F1
Yes,
team.
Steak is another
Yeah.
team.
Yes,
I forgot about
Steak.
Steak. So Alfa
Used to be
Romeo
Alfa
is
Romeo.
already named Steak for
Steak.
2024 season.
Yes, so it's not good. I mean, they should look into this again and allow the teams more testing time. Of course, the season is long, and then the development.
We saw the RB20 launched. Is it this week or last week?
This week, yeah,
this week, a couple days back.
Yeah.
Some says it looks like a Mercedes.
The concept is Mercedes, but it's not Mercedes. If you look at the bulge going towards the engine cover here, from here to the back.
And they say it was like a holeless sidepod.
Yeah, I think they're using vertical, but then there's still an inlet there.
There's still an inlet.
There's still an inlet there, but they're using a vertical way of air channeling through the cooling system.
Right.
But it is similar to Mercedes concept, not denying, but it's enhanced.
So I think my prediction is they're taking a very bold move.
Yes.
They can either go
They are not conservative at
north
all.
or they can go south.
Yes. They are not conservative at all in the way they design the car. They have moved forward the bar for their own self, not the feel. If they make a good choice, yes, they will be unbeatable again. Otherwise, I think they're gonna screw up. You never know.
So safe to say, I think you'll give your team Ferrari a better chance.
Yes. Maybe first few races, teething issues for Red Bull and Ferrari could score something. Maybe Mercedes could win as well. We don't know.
So what's your test predictions for Bahrain?
Mercedes will do good because they have gone back to the basic design of the
For the
current ground
information of
track.
the viewers, maybe you can tell them when does the team actually stop development of a car during a season?
During the season, maybe the midway point of the season, with the
Mid-season?
current mid-season, yeah. With the current cost cap, it's a bit difficult for them to allocate the budget between how they're gonna develop the current car and also the coming season car.
So I think viewers, this is very important. Every team in Formula One now must have a cost cap that does not include driver salaries.
And also the technical
That's Red Bull's business, right?
yeah.
Okay. But
Oh, you
I
remember
think-
that, yeah?
Yeah, I remember that. I think Christian Horner had a very big fuss about it. They said FIA should not.
It was
touch
the first
circuit.
year, so I don't
Oh,
think
first
that it should have been make it a bit hoo-ha, especially those McLarens, Mercedes.
Yes.
They made a big hoo-ha about this.
So I think for the viewers' interest, I think it's also good to understand that Formula One is an ongoing process of developing the car, researching the car, improving aero package, improving the engine, bringing in a lot of new components.
Yeah, but with the current cost cap and also how they allow the teams to develop their cars, actually, I don't prefer that. In those days, back in 90s and 2000s, it's limitless. You could have a T car. If your car is broken during the race weekend, you can go to the T car
But
to drive that.
back to the 90s, the T car is always assigned to the first driver.
First driver, yeah, in favor of the first driver, but they will both agree to the setup of the car before they go ahead and do the setting for the T car. So what I'm trying to say is that the development back then was more rapid. In season you can bring forward anything that you think that can improve your car performance.
So from Bahrain to, let's say, Australia, you can see a major
Change, yeah.
change from the aero to the drive shaft to the gearbox to the aero package
Now you can still do, but the problem is you're limited resources.
because of the cost cap.
Yeah, you either use for this year or
I
how
think,
you.
the cost cap is a good thing for Formula One. I think it's good. Send out our mid-tier teams and our lower teams can catch up
Can catch up. Yes.
faster.
Yes.
Because guys, to catch up 1/10 of a second,
It's
2/10
not
of a
easy.
second, takes how many races? Maybe half a season,
Half a
one a
season,
year,
half a
2
season,
years.
Maybe, yeah, of course. For the lower budget teams, even though they're not really a low budget team, but yes, they still have to, use a lot of.
Yeah, talking about cost caps, you know that Ferrari gets a heritage fee every year
Really, I didn't know.
for being in F1.
So do I get anything?
Ferrari has not missed a race since 1950.
That's why everybody's Ferrari's fan. You see,
So Ferrari gets a heritage fee, and also Williams Racing.
Williams Racing, McLaren
They
does
get
that.
paid. McLaren as well,
McLaren
but not
as
as
well?
much.
Not as
The
much.
most goes to them,
Ferrari.
and most of the points are awarded to the winning team, and their bonuses are based on points.
Right. So, what do you see the challenges that
I think the challenge right
testing,
now, I
basically.
think, in testing is for other teams to catch up with Red Bull
okay.
overall.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's important. I think the aero package, the drivers, call that technical know-how of how the car is going to develop throughout the race and throughout the season is important. If a driver is not in sync with their race engineer, their technical director, I think that plays an important role.
All right.
Usually, when a car goes out on tests, from my experience, on the
Alright.
first 2 days, 3 days, it would tell the driver an overall view of how the car would feel like to race on.
Okay. All right.
And usually, the indications are a good prediction on how the season will unfold.
Right. So, if you look at the current grid, there was no changes from the previous year.
No changes.
Based on the driver lineup, there's no changes. Is it a good thing for them to remain with the current drivers, or they should have done some changes?
Maybe make a few changes here and there. But again, you see, guys, Formula One drivers are always binded to contracts unless they have a exit clause in their.
Like how Hamilton did, yeah.
Yes, Lewis,
Your favorite driver.
my favorite driver.
Never mind.
Yes and no.
We'll skip that.
We'll skip that to another day. I think we should do a whole segment about
Yes,
Lewis Hamilton
Hamilton.
from when he was a junior driver all the way to a
We'll do that.
seven-time world
Yes.
champion.
Yes. That's a must.
It's a must. Maybe a special episode just on Lewis Hamilton.
Ken, we'll do that. I'm all willing to give feedback on that.
Okay, talking about Bahrain, who do you think will not perform in Bahrain?
Who do I think will not perform Bahrain?
Who will actually not impress?
We have to look at the test.
You know what I think? Gunther Steiner is out of Haas.
Yeah, Komatsu is in place of him. So
That would play something, I think, because
but I actually agree with Gunther Steiner. If you don't put in more resources, you're not going to develop the car. So that was his concern.
I think this is where Jin Haas made a mistake.
Yeah, he made a mistake. Gunther Steiner, yes, he has a technical background since Red Bull days in 2005. He was there, and then he was in Jaguar, then he shifted to Red Bull. Then he started organizing the team and all that. People say he's favorite because of the DTS. By the way, I don't really like DTS. DTS is full of drama. They don't portray the actual facts. Even
Big Boss always likes pure adrenaline
Yeah,
rush.
yes. Not
No
the fake one,
politics, no
DTS is fake.
sandbagging, no acts,
no,
just pure racing.
DTS is really fake, and how they do you watch DTS?
Yes.
How they make the sound of the engine,
Yeah.
and then the drama,
We're talking about sound of engine. You like our opening
yeah,
soundtrack?
it's V10 Ferrari,
No,
right?
guys, that's the V10 from the Ferrari engine.
By the way, what is this?
This is the piston from the F2003 GA.
Okay.
So that's
The real one?
Yes, this is the real one that came from off the car, and it's signed by Kimi and also Patel.
Wow, this is F2003
GA.
GA. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. You should have gotten Michael to sign it.
Michael, if you're hearing this,
Oh, we do
we
miss
really
you.
miss you a
Yeah.
lot. I think you have been an important integral part of Formula One. I think
Yep.
you actually gave a lot of people inspiration on where to be. I think Vettel watched you since he was a small boy.
Yeah.
Max as well.
Everybody, us also.
Yes. How old were you when Michael won the race and won the championship? His first one.
The 2000. Oh, I was young,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I can vaguely recall because those were the old school days. You only get to watch when you have that coverage. So So it's not like those days.
By
These
then,
days,
By then was it Fox Sports?
for Star Sports, right?
Star Sports.
Oh, Star Sports.
Who's Steve Slater?
Yeah, Steve Slater, Chris Goodwin, Steve Slater.
Who's Paula Abdul? No, not Paula Abdul. That the TV host,
TV host,
the lady,
Paula Abdul.
Paula Abdul.
Paula Abdul.
Yes.
Yeah, and Martin Brundle.
Actually,
Actually,
Astro really think about bringing it back. You know, don't outsource it to be in sports. Should maybe consider Astro Super Sports taking it on board.
they did, but then they revamped it to be in sport after a year. Not sure why, but we leave that aside.
Maybe think of something like Sky Sports F1 to fulfill our adrenaline rush.
they did. We don't have that Sky Sport subscription in Asia, do we? No, right?
UK,
Only UK, right?
24/7 coverage.
I also want to touch point on the commentators. I'll come back to that, especially David Croft, Ted, for their very nice biasness towards certain people.
Okay.
So that is
Talking
something that I will
about
cover as well in
Bahrain.
next episodes.
Bahrain, I think is a actually interesting circuit, but not too challenging.
Do you remember who's the lap record holder there?
No idea.
Pedro de la Rosa,
Pedro.
2005.
Wow. Pedro. Wow.
Imagine 2005.
2005.
Yeah, 2005 cars.
2005.
How fast they were.
The manufacturers had two tires, Michelin and British.
Yeah, correct. 2005. Yes.
2005. And that's when his team screwed up.
Pedro was standing in for Montoya.
Yes.
He
Pablo
screwed up
Montoya.
in tennis,
Hmm.
and then Pedro de la Rosa stepped in, and he did a very good job.
Cool.
Good job, and
Yeah.
he was fighting in the top 5.
Brilliant.
Yeah, 2000. Those are the days. V10.
V10.
Yes.
I think this is also another touch point. Us as fans, we would like to hear that roar of the engine, the sound of music.
I can sense that they are developing the engine towards more sound from years to years under the current hybrid era.
No, but they were running at what, 17,000, 18,000 RPM?
Almost 19, 20. Cosworth was doing 20.
Yes. And now?
Ford Cosworth. Now we are doing 15. Max cap is capped at 15,000 revs. Turbo hybrid. But once they go back to the new regulation, I think the cars will sound more aggressive.
So by the time you guys hear our podcast in Paddock Show, this will be a Thursday. So Bahrain will be tomorrow.
Yeah, correct.
So Bahrain will be on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
21st,
2nd, 23rd.
Yeah,
Then the following weekend will be the Bahrain.
is the Grand Prix itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll have another episode during that time, just before the race, and we'll have a wrap up of the Bahrain GP. as
Correct.
well.
Test, and then we will cover the testing, who did good and who did bad. We will also see what are the new changes they bring forward from the cars that were presented during the launch and also after that. So the key differences between how hidden, how good they have hide their innovative aero packages for the coming season.
This is always the case when it comes to Formula One.
Yeah.
It's
They
sometimes
never
too
show the
secretive.
true. Yep. They never show the true colors.
They never show the true colors till the race gets on the way.
But I really hope that Ferrari can get over of their tire deck and fight with Red Bull, because I know
I mean, they have two very, very good drivers.
because that is one thing. Another thing is that I want to see Max fighting with them. Because no offense, Max is a very good in terms of side to side racing with the current generation of drivers. Apart from that certain driver who don't know how to race when you are in the middle of the middle pack. Like if you have seen the races, Max and Charles, they never collide that much. If you have seen the other driver, if he's in the mid pack, he will cause a stir. So I want to see the fight between Max and Charles again.
Were
And
they,
also
were they
science.
racing in their junior series together?
Yeah, they had
They
some.
were. And also, who died? The guy? Was it
Bianchi,
Bianchi? Jules Bianchi.
Just Bianchi. He's supposed to be driving now if he's
Yes.
still around.
He's also a Ferrari
Academy.
driver.
Just Bianchi.
So you see, Ferrari and Red Bull are predominant teams with a very good program, but sometimes because of management issues, they're not able to perform.
Yeah, correct. They need to come on top of that. nibbly issues to concentrate more on racing.
And I think over the years, Ferrari has also had a lot of teething issues, especially with management, changes of technical directors, changes of CEOs, and maybe chairman as well.
Yeah, if you look at Ferrari, Ferrari is Italian, but back then when they are with Michael's era, they were a mixture of engineers. They were not only to a certain group of people, not only Italians, but also other.
So I think this plays an important role
Correct.
to what you
We need to have a
will see
mixture.
in Bahrain. If
Correct.
they fix all these teething issues, if they fix all these managerial issues, and also technical readiness,
Yep.
I think they can get
Yeah, they
the
can
season on the way very soon, rather than having to wait till mid-season to catch up.
Yeah, again, testing will not show much.
Mm.
Maybe FP1 or FP2 is always the fast-paced practice session. FP2 and FP3 as well towards the end. So I'm not gonna miss that.
So guys,
hopefully-
what do you think? Who's going to win? Who's going to set the pace in Bahrain? Put your
predictions?
predictions down below in the comments, and who gets it right will get a giveaway.
Yeah, we'll give you something.
And as what Big Man says, it's always hard to predict.
Yeah, it's always hard
Testing.
to predict. Testing is testing.
Yes,
you know,
testing.
they test
So basically
components,
you just-
they
just-
test the mileage, the durability.
racking up the
Yeah,
mileages,
yeah.
you're just burning the tires,
Correct.
and then just running.
See how the car reacts.
I think engine reliability issues, aerodynamic package is an important thing, and then tire management is another thing to think about.
And the way that they have already reduced the power unit, that will be also play a role because you have 24 races, man.
Yeah,
Or in
24 races.
24
this year.
races this year, and only 3 power units.
Oh, talking about races, 24 races. Alonso made a statement in Formula One. He said if it was to go to 25 or 26, he will retire.
Yeah, but I think it's getting more
Too many.
Too many. Yeah, it's
many.
not exclusive, you know,
I think-
like those days.
I think if it's too many races, then the teams will spend more money,
Yeah.
and then it's going to be too expensive to race
Correct, correct.
because motorsport is not cheap.
Yep, it's not cheap at all.
Let the merchandise be, with tickets, with
Nope.
even the food. You know, Sepang races back then were charging burgers for what, 45 ringgit?
Wow. But I still buy.
It's still high because you're
Yeah.
hungry.
I still bought mine. It's a must.
So you see, Bahrain is important, but I think essentially Bahrain test results would indicate what we would see
For the first race.
for the first
Only
race.
for the first few
Only
races.
first races, because Formula One is all about continuous development.
Yeah, if
Yes.
you once we reach the European season, then you will see more upgrades bring forward by the teams. It's not for Bahrain. I don't think they'll.
I think talking about upgrades, maybe we'll can cover how Formula One logistics work one day.
Can
Because I've been reading a lot, and I understand DHL is an official
logistic partner. Yeah.
and it's very interesting to see how Formula One car parts get delivered to the racetrack
Oh, it's mega
from
it's
their
mega.
factory in Milton Keynes, in Maranello, in Brackley.
Yeah, we only sit in the couch and
Walking.
watch the races, but we don't think of all this. You know, the background, what is going on, and how.
A Formula One team travels with 80 to 100 personnel, be it marketing, be it operations, be it trackside.
In the trackside,
engineers. 80 to 100
80 to 100
per race.
per race. But it looks more nowadays, yeah?
Yeah, it's more.
We don't know. I mean,
Christian Horner was interviewed, I think, a couple of days back,
Mm.
and he said he's up to about 1,400 staff now
Wow.
in Milton Keynes.
there's a lot, man. You want to join?
Yeah, why
I
not?
would like to join.
Christian, if you're here, please drop us a like and give us a buzz.
Yeah.
We would like to join your team.
Yes.
I think you made wonders. And I actually have been to
jangan,
Milton
jangan
Keynes.
kecam Christian Horner, eh?
Yeah.
Those allegations are still an allegation. It's not
Yes.
not something that have been proven. So
I mean, allegations. You know, we
they'll do. People will do something to bring them down.
2008 was one of them.
Yeah, it's always the case. When you do good, people are after you. Right.
What do you think of round two? Would you think the round two would show any difference from round one?
No. I think there will be a similar pace. As I said earlier, the European round will be vital when they bring forward more components, more or enhance aero package. And you know, of course, from one team to another team, they will always be copying each other. Who has the best, you know, arrow in terms of long run pace is still a question. We have to wait for the testing and also first few races.
Speaking of which, usually after Bahrain, Petronas team personnel might always drop by in KLCC just before Melbourne.
Oh, Australia is nearer, right? This time?
So Lewis might drop.
The
drop
calendar wise.
by. George Russell might drop by KLCC.
Okay.
Would you get the signature of this?
We don't mind. I'm not that
don't
biased,
mind?
bro.
You know that biased.
I'm not that. I don't really
Yep.
hate him as a racing driver. You know, he's a good race driver. Like I said, average race driver, good race driver. He's a champion in a way. So, not denying based on his records and stuff like that. But again, something that about him that is not comfortable at all. No. He will never be a legend. That's my view.
That's your view of Lewis Hamilton.
Always.
Well, I think timing, like what we said in the first episode and the second episode, it's timing in a Formula One is important. The team that you're with is also important.
Yes.
The kind of skill that you bring is also important because in a day, a driver also dictates how a car is developed.
Right. So during or after the pre-season test, we will cover team by team.
Yes.
What they have done and how their progress is for the next episode, so that we have a clearer picture on their
I think
long
we'll
range,
do a breakdown analysis of all the teams,
the
and
long
how
run
they
pace,
perform.
their short run pace.
We'll print out a lap times from fastest to slowest.
Yeah.
And
Can.
then we'll go through
Yep, boleh.
all the race results, all the setbacks, all the complaints that drivers has. I think
During the testing, right? This coming testing,
yes.
and also after the race. Boleh? We can cover that as well.
Because Bahrain is an elevated track as well, right? It's not a flat track.
It's a flat track.
Is it flat track?
Only turn. Let me see. There's one.
Circuit.
Oh, there is elevation.
Yes,
Yes,
elevation.
There is an elevation. Slight, not
Slight
much, but
elevation.
slight.
It's also a very hot race.
It's
But
hot race.
unfortunately not as hot as Sepang.
No. Sepang is
Again, please bring back the race. Malaysian GP, please. We need it
we
back.
are. I'm actually tired of repeating the same thing that Sepang, Petronas need to do something. They have to do something. We need our Formula One back.
We really need it back, right? Okay, I think to wrap up, who do you think have got the most good-looking merchandise for 2024 for our viewers to buy? Have you looked at the merchandise?
Yeah, I have.
Studio Cap, if you're listening, you can bring back. You can.
He's already started, right?
Yes, you can show us some of your pre-orders.
Yes.
We can always broadcast this live for
Correct.
you guys
Correct. We can help to
to promote.
Yep.
Just give us maybe a discount code that your customers can enjoy.
I think Ferrari has a good merchandise. Visa Cash app, and of course Take F1.
Who's Red Bull with? They're no longer with
Gastor.
Gastor.
Yes, so they are with Gaston now. Their merchandise looks the same.
Aston Martin is with Grant
I'm
Hackett.
not sure. Aston, I'm not sure.
Mercedes is with Tommy Hilfiger.
Yeah,
Ferrari is with Puma.
Puma. And Visa Cash app, I didn't look at the merchandise yet. Maybe we will see again, and we will put in between the
You
merchandise.
know what's
the
striking to
teamwear.
me? I think in terms of racing livery, I've seen Carlos Sainz and Charles wearing for the very first time no black. It's just white, yellow, and white. Race suit.
Race suit, red and white and yellow.
I think that's fabulous
I think
because
they
I've got a
kind-
friend who actually mocked Ferrari by designing the Polo team kit in 2022. It looks like a McDonald's uniform.
Doesn't matter. Ferrari is auto run, so people will still like their merchandise.
So still buy.
Yeah, still buy. I still buy.
You still buy.
I still buy. It's Ferrari, man.
Correct. Okay. I think that's it from us. We'll catch you in the next episode.
Yes.
Hit a like, subscribe,
Yep,
and
yep, please.
give your comments and shoot us a like as well. Continue to watch our Paddock Show
Yes.
podcast.
We'll bring more interesting stuff. Just that we have a limited time coming, looking at pre-season tests, but we try to cover as much as possible.
Yes. So thank you very much for your time. I think we will sign off from here. I will get back to you guys after the Bahrain
Yes.
test.
Test. Yeah.
And then
Before and after, yeah.
Before and after. All right, guys. Thank you very much.